Hi, I'm Chef Nti, and I am at the AEG showroom cooking up a storm for you. I am making balsamic glazed lamb rack, serving them with the spring veggies on a bed of creamy chakalaka puree. This is you bringing fine dining to your home, and with AEG appliances, we are going to do just that. The induction hob is great for this recipe because of its features. It has instant heat, unlimited zones, and the slide control on the side. To make my lamb, I first start with rendering the fat before I take my meat into the oven because it seals in all the moisture. You know, your meat is nice and juicy when it's cooked and perfectly crispy on the outside. When the meat is perfectly rendered, it is golden brown, nicely caramelized, and slightly crispy on the fat side. In my green crust, I'm using mint. As we know, mint and lamb go together perfectly. I'm using thyme, I'm using flat leaf parsley. I add my green crust just before I take my meat into the oven. The AEG Matte range is perfect when it comes to cooking meat to perfection because it has built-in recipes, and I'm choosing the lamb. To know that my meat is cooked, I can also use the probe to test when it's done. My spring vegetables include broccolini, asparagus, some carrots, and snap peas. I'm cooking these to perfection by first sautéing them, almost steaming, on butter and honey, and I finish them off with a bit of a char. And I'm gonna saute them for a short time, 3 minutes tops. So when you take a bite there, it is just magic in your mouth. The spring veggies and the chakalaka puree could be a meal on their own. I then place some of my spring vegetables on the side. I place my lamb chops and I finish off with the balsamic glaze. To make my glaze, I am using balsamic vinegar, whole grain mustard, and a bit of honey for sweetness. I reduce that on the stove top until it's nice and sticky, and that's going to pair perfectly with my lamb. I'm expecting my family, my guests, to be blown away when they take the first bite of this perfectly crusted lamb, and you combine that with this sweet and tangy glaze. I think that is perfection, and the textures are just play in your mouth.